Many unnecessary years and thousands of dollars wasted. That's how much bad weight loss questions cost me. Questions like, will I succeed at losing weight? How can I meet 1200 calories? This diet worked for that influencer. How do I do this diet? If you're asking yourself these questions, I am confident they're sabotaging your weight loss. In fact, there are 3 types of bad questions that will cause you to fail. Why? Let's look at one of these bad questions.
What is starvation mode? Starvation mode is the very prevalent idea that if you eat too few calories, you will stop losing weight. And in fact, you might even gain weight.
Whoa! I'm dieting right now. What if I go into starvation mode? Dude, what are you doing? I might be in starvation mode. Answer me this. In the past month, how many times have you heard a weight loss thing and disappeared into a research rabbit hole? I bet you just racked your brain to answer me. This is the power of questions. Quite literally, I hijacked your brain when I asked that question. When you hear a question, you stop thinking whatever you had been thinking, and instead your brain is taken hostage to answer the question. You cannot stop yourself. And that's just part 1 of how powerful questions are. Part 2 is studies show that asking a question causes people to actually act on the question. For example, people are 35% more likely to buy a car within 6 months of being asked, will you buy a car? And the same thing happens when people are asked if they will vote or donate blood. Their chance of actually voting or donating blood goes way up. Now, imagine if you're asking yourself questions like, why can I never lose weight? Or why do I have no willpower? First, these disempowering questions hijack your brain, and then your chance of not losing weight goes way up. To be clear, this is not because of lack of positive thinking. It's because the phrasing of these questions is not optimized for good solutions. We'll talk more about how to construct good questions in a bit. But for now, do you see how powerful the questions you ask yourself are? Ask a bad question and your brain is hijacked, working very hard in the wrong direction, wasting years and thousands of dollars like I did. But ask a good question and suddenly a much simpler, easier, and faster path appears right before your eyes. Okay, let's go through the 3 types of bad questions I have seen myself and my Badass Body Boss clients ask in the past. I bet you are asking many of them too, and so as we go through each type, I want you to think of your frequent questions for each type. Let's workshop this. Are you ready? Here we go. Type 1, disempowering questions. Personally, I find it hard to stick to any new nutrition or exercise thing for longer than 1.5 months at a time, even today. When I first started losing weight, my consistency was even worse. I remember I'd try something new and be thrilled that first week. I was nailing every item on my plan. Things felt great. And then come end of week 2, and I'd see everything come crashing down. I felt like I had no time for my plan and too many things needed my attention. Of course, then when faced with the prospect of trying a new thing again, I'd ask myself, what if I fail again? And what if I can never stick to anything? Since my extensive history had showed me over and over again that I can't stick to anything. And in the free consultation call for Badass Body Boss, I frequently hear these same questions and more. Like, what if my body is broken and nothing can ever work? Or what if I get to my goal size and I'm an angry, skinny person? Now, after you've watched this whole video once, so you fully understand the big picture, I want you to rewind back to this part onward and actually write down the disempowering questions you ask yourself. This is super important because remember, as long as you keep asking yourself disempowering questions, your brain keeps getting hijacked into believing more and more and more that you cannot lose weight. If you want to succeed, you must break this cycle. So how do you identify your disempowering questions? There are 2 criteria. 1, you feel defeated or fearful just by thinking of them. I mean, think about it. Doesn't saying, what if I fail again? Is this enough? How can I be sure? Leave you feeling defeated and fearful. And second criteria, you don't feel your brain kickstart into creative problem solving mode. For example, what does your brain do when you think, what if I fail again? I don't know about you, but mine just shrivels up in a corner from fear. I hear 0 solutions coming out of my mind. And herein lies the clue of how to turn each of the disempowering questions into empowering questions. Empowering questions have 2 criteria that are the opposite of disempowering questions. 1, you feel a sense of action and power when you ask them. And 2, your brain automatically kickstarts into problem solving mode. So taking one of my previous examples, what if I fail again, can be rewritten to, what are the reasons I have failed at weight loss in the past? How would I rank these by frequency? What are the solutions to tackle the number 1 reason? Notice how these questions are action oriented and leave you feeling like you have the power to do things. Now go down your list of disempowering questions and use the 2 criteria to turn them into empowering questions. Type 2, false premise questions. When I was trying to lose weight, I dreaded the thought of running, doing HIIT, or lifting weights. I'd do those things and then feel relieved it was behind me. I had no runner's high or endorphins. Do you feel me? So my perpetual question was, how long can I put off exercising to lose weight? This is a bad question because there's a false premise embedded in it. My definition of exercise was limited to the stuff you hear about weight loss: HIIT, running, lifting weights, and so on. If I looked into my past, I remember quite enjoying horsing around as a kid. I even biked, ran, and swam as a kid. But as I became an adult, biking, running, and swimming all became these serious, goal-driven activities with numbers and charts and smart watches tracking everything. What got lost was the joy that comes from doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff, aka playing. Now, why did it get lost? Because I thought any exercise that is enjoyable is not going to cause weight loss. That to lose weight, I have to do exercise that leaves me exhausted, sore, and honestly dreading the next session. No pain, no gain. Very interesting belief to unravel there, which I found was causing problems not just in weight loss, but other areas of my life. I'll share in another video. But for this video, let's walk down the 2 possible paths from here. Path 1 is where I continue doing no pain, no gain exercise. And let's say I somehow summon my willpower and stick to it till I get to my goal size. Then what? Can I do it for the next 50 years of my life? In my optimistic moments, I could say yes, but even a cursory glance at my track record tells me absolutely not. So I'd get to my goal size only to regain weight. What's even the point? Now let's explore path 2. I expand my definition of weight loss to play. Stuff I can see myself doing for the next 50 years. Okay, I do this, but what if I don't lose weight? Beware of another embedded premise question. Is it really true that one can't lose weight if they do exercise they enjoy? How do I know this without having tried it? Do I know others who have lost weight without a structured weight loss optimized exercise routine? Unlike path 1, this path holds more promise of long-lasting weight loss. So before I give into path 1, I'd spend time exploring path 2 first. Spoiler alert, turns out you can lose weight without doing no pain, no gain exercise. And look at how many years, dollars, and eroding confidence and self-esteem I saved by doing this brief mental exercise. Okay, your turn. First, list all the things you're doing to lose weight right now. For example, eat 1200 calories per day. Then for each thing, ask yourself, what is the assumption in that thing? In my example, the assumption is I must eat 1200 calories per day to lose weight. Then finally ask, what are the reasons this could be false? Your answer must boil down to a scientific principle, as in it can't be, I have seen other people lose weight at 1200 calories. People aren't identical to you, so that reasoning doesn't mean what you're doing will work for you. So in my example, eating 1200 calories causes weight loss can be false because I could eat more calories and still be in a calorie deficit, thus causing weight loss. At this point, I could feel resistant to upping my calorie target because I believe that a deeper calorie deficit will cause faster weight loss. Again, there is an embedded premise in this, that a deeper calorie deficit causes faster weight loss. In what ways could this be false? You need to go back through the steps again and again until you have found an embedded premise where the dots connect and that it's true. As you can see, this brief mental exercise saves you so much time, energy, and heartache by decreasing the chance of spending years doing the wrong thing. Type 3, distraction questions. That bit earlier where I went into a rabbit hole researching starvation mode even while eating over 2000 calories, it's a true story. So is when I researched how much protein is too much protein while I could barely eat 70 grams a day, or when I tortured myself thinking, what if my friends make fun of me even though they have never done so in the past when I did embarrassing things. These are distractions disguised as questions. They are what if scenarios that do not apply to you at all right now, and yet you spend hours, if not days, ruminating over them. They suck your energy away from the things you do need to focus on, like managing cravings or meal planning, for example. So here comes the workshop part. Step 1, think back to the what if questions you have ruminated over and write them all down. Step 2, for each question, ask yourself, do I have evidence that this applies to my situation right now? So for example, for my question of what if my friends make fun of me, I could think back to how my friends have reacted when I did things I failed at or was embarrassed by. If they have been supportive, then write that down. If they made fun of you, write down who exactly made fun of you. When I started writing every question that popped in my mind, categorizing them into one of these 3 types, and turning them into constructive, empowering questions, the whole game changed for me. First, I stopped wasting my energy trying to answer questions that don't serve me, questions that make me feel defeated or fearful. They no longer consumed my mind endlessly. Second, all the saved up energy then could be channeled into better understanding how each habit worked, aka their premise. this. And when I failed at it, I went back and revised my understanding of how things worked, so I got closer and closer to the truth of what would work for me. So does this mean I got to my goal in one shot as a result of asking better questions? Well, no, but you can bet it increased my odds of success from near zero to near guaranteed. Because here's the thing, the more you fail, the more likely you are to succeed. Confused? I was too, because looking back, I can tell you weight loss is full of self-contradictory truths, paradoxes like this. And that's why weight loss is so freaking hard. And to succeed at it, you must understand and embrace these paradoxes while asking better questions. So watch this video next that covers the 5 paradoxes that are crucial you internalize and apply so you succeed at losing weight. And if you're intrigued by my weight loss coaching program, Badass Body Boss, click on this link or the one in the description or the pinned comment below. And as always, remember, you can do it.